Hello, very good morning and welcome to Athavan newspaper highlights. Today is Saturday, 17th of September 2016. This is Edward Udayadasthawasagayam Pillai with the highlights of today's English newspapers. Firstly, let's have a look on the Daily Mirror. The main headline says, Protection from Enforced Disappearance, Provisions as a Sri Lankan Law. The United Nations Human Rights Council has been informed by the Sri Lankan government that it is drafting fresh legislation to incorporate the provisions of the Convention for the Protection of All Persons from Enforced Disappearance as a law of the country. Lost and found youth has no signs of assault. Matara JMO. The youth from Bandagiriya who went missing while in the custody of the Hambantota police and found later in a temple has not been physically harmed, a judicial medical officer said after examining him. Policeman involved in a fatal accident released on bail. A policeman who allegedly knocked down a 79-year-old man, killing him on the spot in Mirissa Matara, was yesterday released on bail, as the Velikama police had not reportedly indicated to Matara acting magistrate Upali Ranasiga that it was the policeman's reckless driving that killed the man who was walking on the roadside, the victim's grandson claimed. President leaves for UN tomorrow. President Maithripala Sirisena and the Sri Lankan delegation will leave tomorrow to attend the 71st United Nations General Assembly due to be held at the UN headquarters in New York from September 19 to 26. The President is due to address the General Assembly on Wednesday. This is the second time that President Sirisena is addressing the UN General Assembly. PM off to New Zealand. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe will undertake a 3-day official visit to New Zealand from October 1 to 3, New Zealand Prime Minister John Key announced yesterday. He said he was pleased to welcome Mr. Wickremesinghe to New Zealand. Secondly, let's move to daily news. The main headline says, New Constitution, Solution to National Question. Sampanthan sees viable political solution through constitutional reforms. The solution to the national question must be found in the new constitution being formulated, opposition leader R. Sampanthan reiterated at an event in Trincomalee yesterday. Sampanthan said his party will be forced to withdraw support if the government does not propose a viable political resolution to the national problem through the constitutional reforms. Special commodity levy on imported sugar revised. No increase in market price. The government decided to increase the special commodity levy on imported sugar by ₹1.75 with effect from midnight on September 15. The special commodity levy on imported sugar has been increased from 25 cents to ₹2 per kilogram. In addition, a special commodity levy of 15 rupees per kilogram has also been imposed on brown sugar with effect from last night. Double murder suspect arrested. A suspect who allegedly hacked 2 women, a mother and her daughter, to death was arrested by Erawur police on Thursday. The suspect is a 31-year-old resident of Erawur. The suspect allegedly hacked to death Noor Muhammad Nuzera and her daughter Janera Banu, residents of Mohadaram Road in Erawur on September 11 at around 12:40 p.m. The suspect is the brother-in-law of Janera Banu. Finally, let's move to Ceylon today. The main headline says, Complaints inundate Bribery Commission. The 2015 report on bribery and corruption states that 10,634 unaddressed complaints have created a huge backlog at the Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption. The report that was handed over to President Maithripala Sirisena recently states that the Commission has had to deal with a barrage of institutional issues in its very difficult task of probing thousands of complaints which continue to flow in. Gayashan spent 9 days with relatives, remanded until 21 September. The suspect Gajabin Gamage Gayashan, who was taken into custody by the Hambantota police in connection with a theft of paddy but allegedly fled custody, has spent 9 days hiding away at the home of a relative, police investigations have revealed. Secret 5-kilometer road to World's End. An illegal road 5 kilometers in length has been laid through thick jungle leading to World's End, which is located in the National Park of Horton Place in Nuwara Eliya. A businessman involved in tourism has transformed this road into a source of huge wealth for himself. The road begins at a private tourist resort in Nonperial Estate in Haldamulla through thick jungle to world's end. With that, let's come to an end of today's paper highlights. We will come with more news tomorrow morning. Thanks for listening to Athavan Newspaper Highlights.